Welcome back, fight fans. Tonight, we unpack a whirlwind of Ultimate Fighting Championship drama, Sean O'Malley's bruising reality check, Merab Dvalishvili's never-ending motor, Ilia Topuria's daring weight jump, and fresh whispers about Khamzat Chimaev. We will spotlight overlooked wrecking balls like Della Maddalena, untangle the belt tangle around Belal Muhammad, and close with an emotional update on Ben Askren's frightening health battle. Every storyline is a reminder that triumph and heartbreak trade places at lightning speed in mixed martial arts. From nervous locker room confessions to hospital prayer chains, tonight's ride proves why this sport punches harder outside the cage than inside it, and the unforgettable power of unwavering perseverance. Grab a seat, lace up your gloves, and let us dive straight into the action. Sean O'Malley walked into his rematch with Merab Dvalishvili draped in pastel swagger. Yet beneath the rainbow trunks stood a man wrestling brand new doubts. Months of drilling wall walks and whizzer escapes had patched the takedown gaps that haunted him, at least on paper. Then the cage door slammed and the Georgian machine advanced like a buzzsaw. O'Malley's footwork bought him seconds, not safety. Merab crashed in, locked his hands, and ragdolled the lanky striker to the canvas. Each scramble demanded a sprint. Each sprint drained O'Malley's lungs. By the midway point, sweat blurred his tattoos and confidence alike. A suffocating back ride, wrist control, and a brutal face crank forced the tap. It was O'Malley's first submission loss, and a neon warning that style points do not impress cardio monsters. In the post-fight scrum, he admitted the nerves felt heavier than any punch. Title dreams are not dead, but 2 emphatic top 5 victories are now the entry fee. Merab Dvalishvili's triumph was less flash than furnace. He weaponizes endurance the way knockout artists wield dynamite, overwhelming opponents with raw volume until their defensive gears strip. Against O'Malley, he chained more than 30 takedowns, ate the stuffed attempts, and turned every refusal into a punishing clinch exchange. Even failed shots mattered, forcing O'Malley to dig underhooks, pivot, and hemorrhage precious oxygen. Merab's secret is ruthless consistency: jab, level change, shoulder pressure. Repeat applied at a metronome tempo no bantamweight has matched. 12 consecutive Ultimate Fighting Championship victories, 11 by decision, echo the same lesson. Technical discipline plus bottomless lungs equals misery. Coaches call his sparring rounds night shift because partners stumble out of the gym as exhausted as if they worked overtime. Purists sometimes complain about the absence of highlight reel chaos. Yet the true spectacle is watching elite talent visibly break under a man who never slows down. While the bantamweights battle, featherweight sensation Ilia Topuria has seized headlines by leaping up a division. He vacated his 145-pound crown, packed on lean muscle, and signed to challenge Charles Oliveira for the newly vacant lightweight strap. Critics ask, why trade shore dominance for fresh danger? Yet Topuria sees liberation. Fewer sauna hours mean clearer eyesight, sharper reflexes, and heavier artillery in his fists. He pores over Oliveira's submission tapes, rewinding the triangle. Transition again and again, drilling backstep counters until calluses split. Meanwhile, the ghost of Islam Makhachev hovers over the division. The Dagestani surrendered his belt to chase welterweight glory, but remains the standard by which grapplers are judged. Fans salivate at the thought. Topuria's crisp boxing and black belt judo base against Makhachev's chain wrestling. That dream can wait. For now, Topuria's mission is single-minded outstrike Oliveira, lift lightweight gold, and prove that moving north was not madness, but master plan. Elite combat. Sports is high-stakes problem-solving, and sparring is the laboratory where equations either balance or explode. Former lightweight contender Paul Felder recently dissected pad footage of Andrew Tate, highlighting a glaring flaw: that sky-high chin. Tate's lean-back swagger can frustrate shorter punchers, yet Felder warned that a thoughtful kicker will punt that chin into the cheap seats. His remedy was blunt. Bring in human wrecking balls, such as Jiri Prohaska, Joe Mahal Hill, and Khalil Roundtree Jr. men, who throw with conviction and zero apology. The principle is universal. If your footwork stumbles, dance with a karate point fighter. If your takedown defense leaks, wrestle a collegiate champion until your ribs whistle. Real growth blooms in discomfort because it forces instant adaptation. Athletes who embrace those cruel sessions develop timing nobody can teach. Ignore the sting of practice knockdowns, and under bright lights, the chaos suddenly feels almost peaceful. Now for a lightning tour of rising predators. First, Khamzat Chimaev. Every appearance feels like a wildlife segment where the apex hunter toys with the prey before feast time. He ragdolled former middleweight king Robert Whittaker last autumn, locking a rear-naked choke without absorbing double-digit strikes. Commentators laud his wrestling, yet the deeper menace is his tranquility. Glide like silk, never frantic. Second, Islam Makhachev. The Dagestani technician is climbing to welterweight, trading a size advantage for the chance at double champ status. Sparring partners whisper he is already tossing natural 170-pounders around the gym. If he adds a few kilograms of lean mass, his clinch mauls could look even nastier. Third, Della Maddalena. The Australian knockout artist began his amateur run at 0 wins and 2 losses, then rattled off 17 straight victories, 13 inside the distance, to claim the welterweight throne. Casual viewers still mispronounce his surname, and he loves it. Underestimation is free. Camouflage.championship pictures shift quickly, and nowhere illustrates volatility better than Belal Muhammad's recent detour. After capturing interim gold during Leon Edwards' injury hiatus, Belal defended once at Ultimate Fighting Championship 315. He abandoned his grinding grappling blueprint, chose to box with Della Maddalena, and paid for the gamble across 5 exhausting rounds. The judges lifted Della's hand, and Bella admitted strategy abandonment cost him dearly. Gold lost, lesson learned. Yet titles feel trivial beside the fight Ben Askren is waging. The funky one was rushed to a Nevada hospital with severe pneumonia from a staph infection that punched a hole in his lung. Doctors placed him on a ventilator as his family secured a transfer to Wisconsin, his home state. Small victories followed. He opened his eyes, squeezed his daughter's hand, and mouthed a quiet thank you. Physicians still warn that a full lung transplant may be inevitable, but the wrestling community has rallied, flooding timelines with prayer chains and memories of his scrambling wizardry. For once, the only belt that matters is the one holding his hospital gown, and the only opponent is time. That is the pulse of the fight world this week. Triumph braided with hardship. Tactical lessons shadowed by human fragility. Sean O'Malley. Must rebuild. Merab Dvalishvili marches inexorably forward. Ilia Topuria gambles big, and new sharks patrol every weight class. Yet the image that lingers is Ben Askren, gripping a hospital rail, still competing even without a cage or crowd. Remember that resilience whenever life dumps you on the canvas. Today's setback can fuel tomorrow's surge. Thank you for spending these rounds with me. Keep debating respectfully, support your favorite fighters, and send every spare ounce of positive energy toward Wisconsin. Until the next bell rings, stay curious, stay kind, and keep your guard high.